Hey guys, it's Ben here from the Strength Factory, and today I'm going to talk to you about mountain bike fitness for the over 40s rider. In this video, I'm going to be giving all you over 40s mountain bikers some top tips about how you can stay fit, strong and healthy so you can enjoy your riding more and maybe even get a bit better. Now, those of you who've been following me for a while may have seen I've done a video on this before. Back in sunny lockdown, unlike freezing cold today, I made part one of this video and it's one of my most viewed ever with a massive 34,000 views, okay? Not quite viral, but pretty good for me. This is part two where I'm going to build on the points I talked about there, add a load and hopefully just give you lots of real world usable information that's going to help you to be better riders. My first tip is basically ignore everything online that you see professional riders and rad young senders. Whatever they're doing, it's probably not right for you. They love to put up the gnarliest beastings and workouts and intervals and all that stuff because it gets views, it gets clicks, it gets likes. But the reality is that for a 20-year-old professional athlete who only has to ride their bike and sleep and eat and recover, that might be the right thing to be doing. But for 42-year-old father of two with his own business and a full-time job, it's probably not going to be right for me and it's probably not going to be right for you. Tip number two is ride at your level. And you may think that this isn't specifically like a fitness or training tip, but if you're broken with a collarbone or wrist or something, then you can't ride. And if you've ever watched Friday Fails on Pink Bike, you will see dozens every week of middle-aged men primarily on expensive bikes who are riding things that are clearly beyond their skill grade. And I'm all for pushing your limits. I'm all for experiencing fear. You know, it's character building. But if you're struggling with the fundamentals of riding and you think you're just going to send something, then if you're 50 years old, it's probably not going to work very well. And the reality is, again, if we compare to like a young 20-year-old rider, that 20-year-old rider might bounce a bit better when they do crash, and then if they do hurt themselves, they tend to heal better as well. As we get older, that healing process, those injuries, they take longer to get back from. And the more time you're off injured, the less time you've got to be training, to be riding, and to just look after yourself so you get old in a really positive way. So enjoy yourself, take sensible risks, but just sending it, not going to work. The tip number three is time to hit the gym. Happy days, okay? And let's talk about how you arrange your training so that you can make great progress but still enjoy your riding and not absolutely knacker yourself. So the first part of this is to train your whole body each time. Ignore those bodybuilder splits where you've got arm day and leg day because they'll leave you crippled for days and then you can't ride your bike. It's just too hard to recover from. The other thing that I would say is hard to achieve, but if maybe you're retired or in an ideal world you would do, is to maybe do more frequent sessions that are shorter and less demanding, rather than 1 or 2 sessions a week that are longer and harder. So the longer and harder and more intense the session is, the harder it is to recover from. But if you've got the time and the freedom in your calendar to arrange it, and you could do maybe 3 shorter, less intense sessions, then for a lot of over 40s, that's going to be the optimal way to make great progress, to recover well, and to still enjoy your riding. This video is sponsored by me, or at least the Over 40s Mountain Bike Programme. The Over 40s Mountain Bike Programme just takes a really gradual and kinder approach to your training. Instead of going really hard out the gun, we start at a basic but still demanding and achievable level where we're focusing on balance, control, and a lot of single leg and bodyweight training. Over the 20-week programme, we then build you up in 4-week training blocks, each one building on the progress made in the last one. By taking this approach, we can be kinder to your body, it's easier to recover from, and it lets you be consistent over the weeks and the months. And as you know, consistency is what's going to get you results. The feedback I've been getting has been overwhelming, where people are constantly saying, oh, that niggly knee I had is cleared up. the lower back pain I used to get on long rides, that's gone, it's a thing of the past. And it's just letting people live more fulfilling day-to-day lives, but also, and possibly more importantly to you, it's helped them to enjoy their riding more. So check out the link in the description below this for the Over 40s mountain bike program. If you've got any questions, leave them below in the comments or drop me an email and I'll get back to you. And just get yourself on it. Take action today and get yourself signed up for instant access via the app, and I promise you won't regret it. Tip number 4 is staying in the gym. And let's talk about the actual exercises that you're going to be doing. The first thing is, there's no right and no wrong, you know. You need to find what works for you. But what I will say is that we don't always need to be doing big heavy deadlifts and heavy squats and stuff like that to be strong and to be athletic and to be a good rider. In fact, most of the training that I do, and certainly most of the training that I put on my Over 40s mountain bike program, tends to be a single leg or in a split stance, okay? Yes, we'll do some squats and maybe some RDL and deadlift, but most of the hard work we're going to do is going to be on a single leg. Why? Well, number one is it helps to develop balance and control and all the stability that you want, like through your whole leg, through your hip and so on, that's going to help you to be athletic and to ride well. The second thing is weighing up that risk versus reward. When we start pulling big heavy weights around the gym, which there's nothing wrong with, but when we do that, we start to nudge up that risk level in terms of hurting your lower back and things like that. So what I suggest is that if you're training on your own, you're not having any coaching or using an online program like one of mine, then yeah, you're going to be focusing primarily on the single leg work. If you are getting some high quality coaching or you're really proficient, then absolutely crack on, pull a heavy deadlift. Just remember, play that long game and pick your days when you are going to go heavy. If the program says go heavy today, but you don't feel great, then walk away, do it lighter, do it different. On those days when you do feel good, then absolutely push yourself. Just remember, like I keep saying, you're not 21 anymore. For the next tip, we're going to get a bit touchy-feely, and that is we need to work on like your relationships and the communication with the people around you. Because for most people in their 40s, 50s and beyond, you know, you've got responsibilities, maybe you've got a partner, a husband, wife, maybe kids. And if you don't have those things, then maybe it's your boss and your friends or your housemate or something like that. And the better you can communicate with those people about, you know, how important riding is to you, about how you're trying to be fitter, you're trying to make better decisions, you're trying to improve your lifestyle maybe, so that you can be healthier, so you can be a better human and a better rider. The more the people around you understand that and appreciate that, the easier it's going to be to carve out the time that you need to do it. Rather than just head down, charging towards a goal, you disappearing in the garage every night and doing Zwift, you're not talking to the wife or whatever. You know, that doesn't sound like a great way to have a good relationship or to actually improve, because when there's stress in your life, it affects everything, including your training. So it's a bit of a funny one, really. It's not, yeah, sets and reps and stuff like that. But in my opinion, at this point in life, we can't be as selfish as we were when we were younger. There's too much going on. So try and work on communication, work on the relationships that are going to enable you to make great decisions about your health, your fitness, what you eat, and that are going to enable you to be really consistent with what you do so you can be an awesome rider. For my next tip, you guessed it, focus on building an aerobic base of fitness. I'm always going on about it, and you know why? Because it's super important for your health and also your long-term ability to actually improve at being fitter and turning the pedals for not just half an hour or an hour, but all day if you want to. Now, I'm not going to go into all the weeds of it here. I've got a really great video all about aerobic training, which I'll link to up here and below in the description, so make sure you check that out. But basically, what you need to do is focus, and I mean focus, some very specific time on riding at low intensities to improve that aerobic base of fitness. And I'll tell you what, if you stick to it, if you do it, you're gonna be thanking me in the comments in no time. Mini tip, ride flats. Honestly, they're just better. They're gonna make your skills better, even if you suck at doing it now. And I can't prove it with science, but I'm convinced that you are less likely to hurt yourself crashing on flat pedals than if you're attached to the bike with SPDs. Stand up to pedal more. This is actually one for everybody really. This is more of a modern mountain biker's tip where e-bikes are guilty of this, and also really big wide range cassettes. And when I think about when I started riding, which I'm not pretending was better, but you'd be standing up on the pedals all the time. And the modern mountain biker sits to go up hills, okay? And I think we're really missing out. By standing up on the pedals, you're getting strong, like through the legs, bum, hips, core, and in that posture, that standing posture. And as part of this as well, we want to stand to climb to be a stronger rider in general and to be a more versatile rider. We need to sprint as well. And your sprint's going to be rubbish if you never stand up to climb. So next time you go riding, you don't even need to go up the hill any quicker. Just spend some time standing up on the pedals to develop that strength and that capability. And it works really well with your aerobic training. Do some sprints as well. When was the last time you actually did a max effort sprint where you're trying to bend the cranks, where you're trying to rip the bike apart? Think back, when was the last time you really did that, if ever? If not, you probably should. The final tip is more about your general outlook, and that is to simply play the long game. And I think that as we get older, that's how we need to be looking at things, okay? Yes, I want to ride hard today, or I want to train hard today, but let's always have that outlook where we're thinking, you know, I still want to be riding well and improving maybe in 5 years, in 10 years. I want to be shredding when I'm 70, okay? I honestly do, in 30 odd years from now. So when you're thinking about your training, your lifestyle, your riding, all of that stuff, enjoy yourself, live in the moment, but still play the long game. And I think that will help to guide you to make great decisions about looking after your body so that you can be a great human as you get older, but you can also be a great rider who just loves riding mountain bikes, because that's what it's all about. Thanks so much for watching today. I really hope that there's been some tips in there that are going to help you to be a better rider and to basically enjoy your riding more. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. And yeah, make sure you check out the Over 40s Mountain Bike Programme, and also like and subscribe. I'll be back soon.